is my honor to recognize the newest inductee to Special Olympics Missouri Hall of Fame. This person began their journey with Special Olympics Missouri in 1976 and dedicated 41 years of their life to providing year-round sports training and competition to the 1,000 of athletes in Missouri. What became as a hobby in 1976 as a volunteer coach eventually grew into a career in 1994 when they joined the staff until retirement in 2016. Gary Brimer, also known as the Big Guy, Boss Man, at Bear, made SOMO his life work. As a director of sports and training, he was instrumental in leading the charge to develop coaches training program that set SOMO coaches in among the very best in the world. He has been a coach, a unified partner, head of delegation for World Games, and a member of the management team for every summer World or National Games from 1987 through 2014 when he went into his last games as the head of delegation for Team Missouri in New Jersey. Gary developed the Team Missouri selection process so that every athlete or volunteer who wanted the opportunity to attend higher level of competition had an equal opportunity. During his reign as the Director of Sports and Training, he introduced unified sports long before any other program in the United States today. The SOMO Unified Sports Program continues to thrive and grow. There are just a few of many reasons why Gary's legacy to the SOMO program over the decades has positioned SOMO to be a premier program, sports program in the country, and one of those most revered Special Olympics program in all of the movement. In the words of SOMO athlete Hall of Famer Rob Eichenberger, who nominated Gary for this honor, Gary Brimer is a perfect candidate for the SOMO Hall of Fame because he treated each athlete as his own family member. Gary knows all the athletes. He is loved by them all and they know him. He has worked very hard to earn the respect of each athlete, coach, staff member, board member, and volunteer of Special Olympics Missouri. It is my greatest honor to introduce our new inductee, Gary Brimer.
An honor, and an honor that I don't know that I deserve, but I owe so much to Special Olympics for what Special Olympics has done for me. The friends I've made, the staff that I've got to work with, even Mark sometimes, and it's just incredible. And all the volunteers that have been awesome throughout the years, it's been incredible. But I really have to thank these people behind me, obviously my wife. She's kept me going these last few years. And the best thing about it now, I'm a kept man, so. And then these are my children and my grandchildren that are with me today, and they've all been involved in Special Olympics, and because Dad, that's all he ever did. I can remember when I first started, my ex-wife came to me and said, would you please coach Special Olympics? She was doing her student teaching in special ed for a gal in Boonville that had started a program the year before. And I said, what is Special Olympics? I had never been around anybody with a disability at all, and I had no idea what she was talking about. And when she explained it to me, I said, I don't have the patience to work with those kids. I just can't do it. Well, she kept going and kept going and kept going. And this teacher that she was working with had never given any of her student teachers an A. So I finally said, look, I'll go out to one practice, and if I don't like it, you'll shut up about this because I'm never going to go back. Well, I went out to one practice, and as you all know, you get hooked. And I was hooked immediately. I'm still doing this today. The funny thing is that my wife did get an A, and I had to lord that over her all her life because I got the A for her. But I owe so much to Special Olympics, and especially not only to all the staff and volunteers and everybody that I've worked with, but the athletes. They've given me so much, and I've always said, I don't do Special Olympics because what I can do for the athletes. I do Special Olympics because what the athletes do for me. So athletes, thank you, all of you, and keep doing what you're doing.